I never imagined that pressing a panic button would spark chaos across our quiet neighborhood, or lead to criminal charges against our HOA president. But that's exactly what happened the day Karen Whitfield decided she had the right to break into my home using a fake master key. At the time, I was miles away, locked in a video call with overseas clients. My 12-year-old son, Leo, was home alone, calm and alert, watching it all unfold from inside. What Karen didn't know was that every single move she made was being recorded, and that footage would be her downfall. My name is Marcus Chun, single dad, software engineer, and until recently, an optimist who believed moving to Willowbrook Estates would give my son and me a peaceful new start. 3 months ago, we left our cramped apartment behind and moved into what looked like the perfect gated community. Neatly trimmed lawns, tree-lined streets, friendly neighbors. Or so I thought. We hadn't even unpacked when Karen appeared, clipboard in hand, disapproving glance locked on our moving boxes. She introduced herself as the HOA president, and right away, I could sense she wasn't just here to welcome us. She commented on everything, from our porch light to how fast we unloaded the truck, but I brushed it off as typical suburban oversight. Then came the first red flag. One afternoon, Leo was walking home from the bus stop. I was unloading groceries when Karen came marching up our driveway. With that voice that pretends to be kind, she said, "Single fathers often struggle with child supervision. Maybe you should consider after-school care." I smiled, politely explained that Leo was 12, mature for his age, and that I worked remotely, able to monitor him through our security system. She smiled back, but it didn't reach her eyes. And I could tell this wasn't the end. Days later, she came back. This time, she claimed the HOA had rules against children under 16 being left home alone. I asked to see the bylaw. "It's under revision," she said. That revision never arrived. But what had come was increased surveillance. Every day at 3:45 p.m., her silver SUV appeared like clockwork. Sometimes she rolled by slowly. Other times she parked across the street, just sitting there. Even Leo asked, "Dad, is she trying to kidnap me?" We started documenting everything. Photos, timestamps, security footage, just in case. But nothing prepared us for what happened that Tuesday in October. I was deep into a critical video call with Japanese clients when alert after alert started hitting my phone. Door sensor triggered, motion detected, failed key entry attempt. Then her voice, Karen's voice, came through the speaker system. "Open this door immediately. This is a welfare check." I froze. I pulled up the security app and watched, horrified, as Karen stood at our front door, jamming a key into the lock, a key she had no right to have. She yelled that she was conducting a welfare check as HOA president. But Leo stayed calm. He activated our emergency lockdown, a system I'd installed after moving in. Every window and door locked tight. Cameras recorded everything. Then he called me. "Dad, that Karen lady's trying to get in." "You did the right thing, Leo." I said, heart racing. "Stay put. I'm coming home." Through the speaker, I told Karen she was trespassing and to leave immediately. Instead, she made a huge mistake. She called 911. She told dispatchers a child was locked inside, abandoned and in danger. By the time I called to explain, it was too late. Officers are already en route. The dispatcher told me. The 15-minute drive home felt like an hour. When I arrived, 2 police cruisers were in front of my house. Karen was pacing, waving her phone, ranting about negligent parenting. Leo, smart as ever, spoke to the Ring camera. "I'm fine. I'm doing homework. I don't want to open the door to a stranger." Karen pointed at me as I stepped out of the car. "That's the father. He left his kid alone." Officer Martinez turned to me, calm but firm. "Sir, can we hear your side?" I nodded, pulled out my actual key, and let them in. Karen's master key dangled uselessly in her hand. Inside, Leo was at the kitchen table, textbook open, homework in progress. He even waved. The officers confirmed he was safe. Food, water, communication, all there. Then I showed them the footage. The video didn't lie. Karen was seen approaching the door, trying to key multiple times, then calling 911, all while Leo remained calm. Officer Thompson asked her where she got the key. It was from a maintenance visit. For emergencies. You duplicated a homeowner's key without permission? He asked. She hesitated. It's HOA policy. Produce the policy, Officer Martinez said. She couldn't. That's when I handed them a file I'd been keeping. Dates and times of Karen's surveillance. Screenshot of harassment. Even a statement from our neighbor, Mrs. Rodriguez, who had video of Karen sitting outside our home for over 20 minutes. The officers turned back to Karen. Her posture shifted. Words like false report, trespassing, and unlawful entry came up. Neighbors were now gathered. Phones out. You could feel it. This was going viral. When asked again for any bylaw that allowed her access to private homes, Karen mumbled something about a document at home. No HOA agreement overrides state property laws. Officer Thompson replied, "Ma'am, you're being cited for unlawful attempted entry and filing a false emergency report." "You can't. I'm the president," she yelled. "Irrelevant," Officer Martinez said, handing her the citation. I pressed charges. At the next HOA meeting, the biggest turnout the board had ever seen. My attorney, Jacob Morrison, presented everything. Karen sat frozen at the head of the table. Her supporters stayed quiet. Jacob walked the board through the unauthorized key duplication, the emotional harm to Leo, the misuse of police resources. We requested a full audit of all keys. Tom Bradley, the treasurer, admitted Karen never had board approval. Sarah Kim, the secretary, brought out minutes showing Karen's motion for home access rights had been denied months ago. The board voted unanimously to remove her. Karen stood up. "You'll regret this. Without me, this neighborhood will fall apart." She stormed out. No one stopped her, but it didn't end there. She was fined $5,000 for filing a false police report. The unauthorized key duplication led to misdemeanor charges. Her real estate license was suspended. We filed a civil lawsuit for harassment and emotional distress, and won. She was ordered to pay $15,000 and banned from holding any HOA position again. A restraining order now prevents her from coming within 100 feet of our home. I'll never forget the sentencing hearing. She stood there, stripped of power, her carefully crafted image in ruins. The judge read her offenses one by one. When the bailiff explained her probation terms, Karen finally broke down. The woman who once tried to rule our neighborhood through fear and fake authority, now she's just a cautionary tale. And it all started because my 12-year-old son knew how to press the panic button. If you believe no one, not even an HOA president, should have a master key to your home, hit that like button. And if you love stories where entitled power gets put in its place, subscribe. You won't want to miss what happened the day Karen came back.